Hello Taurus, this is Seth and you're watching Rodriguez Mystic, and this is your tarot forecast for the month of November 2017. And the tarot cards that I am working with today for you is the Morgan-GREER deck, one of my all-time favourites. And the oracle decks that I'm working with today are the Angels, Gods and Goddesses deck by Toni, Carmine, Salerno, the Vintage Wisdom oracle cards by Victoria Moseley, and the Nature's Whispers oracle cards by Angela Hartfield, artwork by Josephine. And you can find details for all of these decks below this video. So without further ado, I'm just going to jump straight into this. This is a brief forecast for you to see what kind of themes are coming up for the month of November for all of you Taurians out there. So I'm just going to be quiet for a few seconds while I shuffle the cards. Okay Taurus, so your central card, the central theme for the month of November 2017 is the Ten of Swords, which can be a scary card for a lot of people. The Ten of Swords is about defeat. It's about really feeling kind of deflated, like something that we've been working towards for a long time and struggling with for a long time has finally come to an end. We've been pushing for so hard, and now we've been pushing so hard, and then we've got to a point where we feel like we've hit a brick wall and we feel like we just can't continue anymore on this particular course of action. Now the positive thing with the Ten of Swords is that once we reach this point with something in our life, whether it's a particular job or a relationship with a person or an aspiration that we have been working towards for a long time, and we feel that we just can't go any further with it, the positive thing with this card is that it's going to bring positive and much needed change into our lives, because we've decided that we can't keep going down this route. Something's just not budging for us. It's not working out for us. So this month may be about accepting that something you've been working towards just isn't right for you at this time. It could be that you have outgrown a particular aspiration that you had, and that can, in itself, that sense of acceptance can bring a lot of peace and hope for the future. Not in this particular deck, but in a lot of traditional tarot decks, in the Rider-Waite, I believe. The figure here, in fact, I think you can see here that the hand on the figure here, who's this person who's been defeated, I've heard some people mention that the hand posture here is the mudra of peace. A mudra, for those that don't know, is a sacred hand posture. It comes from a lot of Eastern traditions. In Hindu and Buddhist traditions, you'll find the concept of the mudra, and it refers to different hand postures, like this is one, for example. Hand gestures which have deep significance, and I've been told that in some decks the hand position of this guy is actually the mudra of peace. It's talking about that state of peace that comes in once we realise that it's time to give up on something and accept that. And also in a lot of decks, the Ten of Swords features the image of the rising sun, which is basically saying tomorrow is another day. Tomorrow is a clean slate. It's a fresh time now for something new. So the overall theme for November for 2017 for Taurus seems to be that there's something which needs to come to an end, something which has been tiring for you, and it will be ultimately for your best interests and for your own good that this is coming to an end. Now, from the beginning of the month, we have the Two of Swords. Two of Swords is about having a bit of a mental dilemma, being torn in two different directions, or at least two directions. It can be more than that. It comes up when we have a difficult decision to make, and a lot of the time we don't want to admit that to ourselves. We may be burying our head in the sands about something, but we know deep down inside what it is that we really need to do. So at the beginning of this month, you may have a difficult decision to make. You may have to just own up to something and face the facts, face the harsh, cold reality that something isn't working for you. So again, it ties in with this Ten of Swords card, and it does feel like once you've accepted the truth for yourself, once you have accepted that you cannot continue down this path, then you'll be feeling much happier. There's a real sense of peace here, and there's also a sense of feeling very grateful for what you do have, and in a strange way possibly even feeling grateful that you've accepted that you can't continue with this, because the middle of the month we have the Empress, who's all about abundance and luxury and having everything that we need, and feeling very safe and secure. So it feels to me like this sense of giving up on something is not going to be leaving us feeling impoverished. It may, in some ways, in a strange way, it may shift our perspective and make us realise how lucky we are to have certain things in our life. And really, it may also make us focus more on friends and family. If, for example, the Ten of Swords here is talking about a career aspiration that isn't working out for us, the Empress here could be saying to, take comfort and joy and gratitude in the loved ones in your life, and all the positive things that you do, all the comforts and luxuries, that sense of not ever going hungry or not going without is very, very present here. Now, towards the end of the month, it's really kind of ending on a high. We've got the Magician here. The Magician, this is you having given up on this particular venture or path, and now you're deciding to manifest the next big thing for yourself. This is about getting plans together. So towards the end of this month, you're going to be feeling fired up and thinking, okay, I'm not going to be defeated by this. What is the next big thing for me? What is my next plan now? What's my next move? And this is you planning that and putting some plans into action. And if you are a magical practitioner yourself, it could very well be talking about doing some magical work, whether you term it spellcraft or manifestation work, whatever your bag is. This is talking about you doing that work. And then the tips and hints card for you here is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is a mature man who is very financially stable and grounded. The King of Pentacles here is saying to me that with this sense of defeat, you're not going to be knocked off centre. It feels like this, even though we've got this sense of defeat here with the Ten of Swords, you're still going to stay grounded. You're still going to keep very much a level head about all of this. And I think that in terms of financially, if this is talking about anything career related for you, the King of Pentacles here is saying you're going to have a good control over your money and the material side of your life. You're not, as I said before, you're not going to be feeling impoverished. That really does seem to come through for me because we've got the Empress as well. The Empress and the King of Pentacles together, they're very, very earthy, bountiful beings in the tarot. So you're going to, it doesn't feel like you're going to be feeling impoverished as a result of this defeat that will be happening for you this month. From the Nature's Whispers cards, we have hope and happiness. Again, this is just saying to keep positive, this is, it's keeping positive, keeping the faith, even though there's going to be a sense of giving up on something. There's a lot to be grateful and happy for, as the Empress has said. And I get dawn vibes from this as well. So it's that idea I was talking about, that tomorrow is another day. But there's a lot here to be grateful and happy for. And then from Vintage Wisdom, we have choice. This is about making that wise decision, that wise choice. And this ties in perfectly, so perfectly, with the Two of Swords, which is about making choices. So this card really feels like the beginning of November is going to be an important time for you to make some very important, potentially life-changing choices. And you know what you need to, what the choice is that you really need to make. It may be a bit scary, but it will be the best one for you. And then finally we have Angel of Union. A partnership is blessed and destined for greatness. And this is from the Angels, Gods and Goddesses deck. And this card is talking about the love and support that you will have from others. And again, it could even be referring to the Empress in your life. For some of you, the Empress could actually be a specific person who's very loving and compassionate towards you, a loved one, a mother figure, a friend, a partner, a romantic partner, a wife. This is talking about the love and support that you've got to see you through. And it's another card because, again, it's about partnerships here and love. It really seems to be saying that even though we've got this Ten of Swords, you've got so much love and support and comfort around you. You've got material comfort and the ability to stay balanced. You've got a lot to be feeling grateful for. You've got friends and family members. So it really feels like you're going to have a lot of support to deal with this big change in November. And you'll be feeling very grateful for all of that. So I hope that that has helped you, Taurus. I hope that that's been helpful for you. And feel free to comment, rate, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. And you can find all of my details below this video if you want to check out my Twitter, Instagram, my blog. If you would like to book a reading with me personally, which would be more in-depth than this, you can find all my information and details below this video, along with details of the decks that I'm using as well, if you're interested in checking any of them out. So until next month, Taurus, take care.